Hello, I'm Connor Garvey. I'm from Portland, Maine. Wow, hot seat already.
I know.
I like them both for different reasons. I feel more connected to Portland, Maine now. I guess mostly because I'm living there, but I think that it's more my pace. I love how accessible the natural world is from both of them. Portland, Oregon has a little bit easier access to grandeur of nature and such, so I miss that. But Portland, Maine is just a great sized city, and I love the music scene, and I feel like my music sits in a little bit better there than it does in Portland, Oregon. Those are huge compliments. I think that they're both fantastic, and I'd definitely say one of my major influences is Martin Sexton, though I don't think I capture the same style of performance as he does, but his music has touched me in such a great way that I love having songs that move into the emotional realm that Martin does. And of course Jason Mraz is fantastic, and I think that sometimes people overlook him because he's done well in the pop scene, but he's actually incredible. But I've never really gotten too deep into his music. But other folks in the folky realm, like the David Wilcox and John Gorka and Katie Curtis, and some more recent influences have been. I've recently been into like this big Ryan Adams kick, and it's making me a little angrier, but it's definitely a great kick to be in right now. And then Paul Simon is a huge influence on me. I think I'll play a Paul Simon song tonight.
This afternoon.
I mean, the noon. I listen to a lot of other musical styles that seep in from time to time. I love listening to soul and hip hop and R&B. I'm nervous to say either answer because when I say yes, I never want to share them because they're horrible. But yeah, sometimes I did a lot of electronic music when I was in college, so it gave me a great foundation for crafting songs and production of albums. But also many projects kind of steered towards trying to do some hip hoppy things. And if I was ever in the hip hop realm, I wouldn't be the MC. Let's just say that. I think recently I've kind of realized that my first album, which I recorded when I was 18, there's a big chunk of time where I pushed it aside because I feel like, of course, I've matured and my voice has matured. You might not be able to tell, but everything has kind of like smoothed out a little bit. But I think that there was some aspects of that first album that I'm actually, rather than what I tell myself back then, I'm kind of in this place of like, what did I do back then and how can I incorporate that here? Because I think that there's something really raw and really emotional about that first album. In the process of becoming more professional and slicker, I don't want to lose sight of that first album that was, it wasn't made for anybody. It wasn't made for anything. I didn't intend to ever make any money off of it or anything, and so there's something from that I really love. So to add a disclaimer, it was so hot that the phone was overheating, and thus why I'm so sweaty. And if the phone shuts down, I feel validated, and a disclaimer about the sweat. Both, yeah, both. When I was in college, I studied biology, and I didn't study music. So I've always been fascinated by life. And there's incredible life in the city, and so much of it is the human life, and that's extremely fascinating. I love that as well. But I definitely am really inspired by the natural world, and a lot of my passions outside of music and performing music are out surfing and skiing and hiking. And it just does wonderful things for my stasis, my general state of being, to have interactions with the natural world. And I could go on and on about it and go as groovy groovy or as like technical. Either way, I think that it's a really important thing to have in life. So. I think there are many many messages, but I think the core of what I'm trying to do with songwriting is to raise up moments of thought that can influence an intentional path of living. And I think that the natural world gives a ton of incredible metaphors and access points to the human condition and to our thoughts. And so I use it mostly as a metaphorical entry point, not as I don't think that my music directly speaks to like, we need to stop cutting down trees and protect the world. As valuable as that is, I think that I'm more at a place of, if we can use it as an appreciation point, then the people that are inspired to do more conservation work will have resonance with it, and people that are more human focused will have access to different things to think about. And so I guess that's a circuitously way of saying, I think I use the natural world as an access point to thought processes.